back tonight. We're going to talk about Title 42, which you said is coming to an end.
Yes,
Okay.
Tonight at 11:59, Title 42 is coming to an end. Title 42 was a public health law that was implemented during the pandemic.
Okay.
That allowed Customs and Border Protection to simply turn away 90% of people that came to the U.S. border during the pandemic.
Oh.
But now that the pandemic is over, Title 42 is ending. And so it's important to understand that Title 42 is a public health law.
Okay.
It's not an immigration law.
It was about...
It was being used as a de facto immigration tool, but it was never an immigration tool.
Okay.
So this is causing a lot of confusion and chaos at our southern border because we still have people that are trying to come in and apply for asylum. And the end of Title 42 now means that Customs and Border Protection will have to allow them to actually make an application for asylum, something that hasn't happened over the last 3 years, but that is our normal immigration process.
So it's a good thing that this is ending.
Well,
Maybe?
not really, because if
Okay.
you think of it this way, our immigration system is 58 years old,
Yes.
right? And it's received no maintenance from Congress in 58 years. So if you think, if we had a highway that had not received
that
any
would be bad.
maintenance
Very bad.
in half a century, and instead of repaving the road, widening it to accommodate more traffic as, you know, our economy grows, very few people could use that road.
Sure.
It's full of potholes, it's crumbling. So even people who are doing it the right way, who are fully licensed to drive, have a legitimate purpose in traveling that road, wouldn't be able to use it very well.
Okay.
And so instead of Congress reforming our immigration system and modernizing it to meet our needs, instead their solution seems to be to hire more state troopers to police an undrivable road.
Okay.
So Title 42 did allow the U.S. to keep people out, but keeping people out doesn't give people a legal way to come.
Sure.
And we need to create more ways, legal ways for people to come to the United States. And that's a job for Congress.
So what does it mean to apply for asylum?
Sure. So asylum is a law that we have in the United States that allows people who are being persecuted in their home country or who will be persecuted because of their race, their religion, their national origin, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group to apply for safety in the United States.
Okay.
And, you know, we have asylum laws coming out of our experience with World War II with the persecution of the Jews. We wanted to make sure that people who are being persecuted because of something they can't change about themselves have a safe place to live. It is true, asylum is very complicated. People can't get asylum just because they live in a country that is full of generalized violence or it's destabilized because of government corruption or civil war. But everyone has the right to apply for it and then have an immigration judge or the U.S. Asylum Office hear their application and decide yes or no. Not everybody who applies for asylum can get it, but everyone does have the right to have their asylum application processed.
And that's going to start probably in a bigger fashion now.
It has to start beginning at 12:59 p.m. this evening. And quite frankly, the U.S. immigration system is not equipped to handle the demand.
Okay.
And only Congress can really modernize our system and make an orderly flow of people who have the right to have their asylum application heard, but more importantly, create legal ways for people to apply to come to the United States before they even leave their country.
That would be best.
And if we want an orderly flow,
Yeah.
it can be done,
It's like making a reservation.
but Congress has to do
Yeah.
it. You know, people don't walk 3,000 miles with their toddlers on a whim.
Yeah.
They're leaving their countries because they can't stay there because they're facing death. And they would rather take the risk of walking thousands of miles to a safe place in the hopes of being able to live in another place safely than stay where they know death is certain for them and their families. And I think as a country, we have the compassion and we have the vision that we can meet our humanitarian obligation, but really it's Congress that has to modernize our system to make it work for everyone.
Well, thank you for teaching us this today.
Sure.
Always important to learn what's going on in the government, and Sara sure helps us out. You can reach her at DadyLawGroup.com or scan the flow code in the corner. Coming up next, we're making Mexican pizza and nachos. Sounds good, right?
Sounds fantastic.
With 815 Eats. Then we're naming the state line's best tacos. We'll be right back.